Today we will be testing the variable moving average bands. But before we do, if you have not watched the first video on the channel and all the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. There is also a link down below to sign up for Tradingview. You can save a little bit of money if you use the link below to sign up for your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Lastly, if you would like a list of all the indicators we have tested along with their win rates, but you aren't interested in watching all the videos on the channel, you can sign up for our $9 Patreon, and you will receive the complete list of indicators. We also would like to introduce our Patreon exclusive Discord channel. As a $9 Patreon, you will be invited to join an exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators and links for the MT platform, give you winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the variable moving average bands. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested a total of 51 different strategies, with 13 of them being profitable. We have also tested a total of 632 indicators, with 256 of them being winners. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. So go back and watch those videos and see what you can get out of those winning indicators. And keep in mind that we test most of these strategies and indicators on the Forex market, but they can be applied to just about any market universally. Okay, so today's indicator is the variable moving average bands, and we tested this one on the last video. And so this is changed from the default setting. The default does have the trend direction and the bar coloration turned off, and so it looks like this right here. And so as I said in the last video, I turned on show trend direction and turned on the color bar based on trend, and it looks like this here. And so in yesterday's video, basically what we did was when we got the red trend or red bars, we would go short. When we got the green trend line or green bars, we would then go long. And so I said in yesterday's video that we would test it another way, because yesterday's testing didn't go as great. Well, I won't say as great as it could have. I mean, it went as well as it could, but it didn't do very well. And so I thought, just by looking at it, that there might be another way that we can try to use this, that I've seen kind of with other indicators before. So as I mentioned, this is called the moving or the variable moving average bands, and so it has this upper band and this lower band here that kind of follow along kind of loosely with the midline. And so with the way that we tested it yesterday and just the color shift of the line, it seemed to not really use these bands in any real kind of consistent way, at least not in any way that I felt was valuable to the indicator. And so what we're going to do this time is we're going to look for the same colored bars, so green bars for long positions and red bars for short positions. But in this case, what we're going to do is we will only consider it a long signal if the bar is outside of the upper or the lower band. And so when we get a green bar, we are looking for that green bar to be above and close above the upper band. When we get a red bar, we are looking for that red bar to be below and close below the lower band, and that will be a short and a long. So that will give us a little bit of buffer, a little bit of breathing room here, so that way we don't get whipsawed in and out of trades one right after another. Let's go ahead and try it this way and see what we can get out of it. So the first trade that we picked up was a long right here. We get those green bars, and you can see it kept us out of all this choppiness right here, trying it this way. But we did pick up this green bar right here, and it does close just slightly above that upper band. We can see the coordinates here of the bands, and we can see the coordinates or the close, open, high, low, all that associated with the candle itself. So it closes above that upper band, and we get a little bit of a push to the upside, but it's not quite enough to get us to our take profit before it then kind of rolls over and punches its way down and stops us out. Let's go ahead and continue on. All right, so the second signal that we pick up is a short signal right here. Again, we get that red bar that we're looking for, and the candle closes just slightly below this lower band here. We get a real nice push to the downside there, which does come down and get us to our take profit. And once again, it kept us out of a lot of this consolidation and chop right here, which is kind of unnecessary to try to take a position in. So let's go ahead and continue on. All right, then we pick up a long position right here. We don't get much of a push to the upside there before it rolls over, pushes down really heavily there, stops us out on that one. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and fast forward through the testing. That way things don't get too long, and we'll pick this up when we are at the end of the year. Alright, so that's going to put us at the end right there. Before we take a look at what this was able to achieve, now would be a good time to say that if you are interested in excelling your trading knowledge, I highly recommend that you join our Patreon only channel on our Discord server. You can find a link to our Patreon down below, as well as a link to our Discord. Once you sign up as a patron, it'll give you access to the Patreon only channel, where we post some really great advanced information about trading strategies, trading indicators, and trading philosophy in general. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you'll get access to the full list of indicators that we have tested. That comes in an Excel version and a PDF version, and you will get that full list of indicators showing exactly which indicators were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates. And you'll get access to an Excel sheet of all the strategies that we have tested that shows exactly which strategies were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates, and links to go back and review those individual strategies. And so there is a lot of benefits to becoming a patron of the channel, and it doesn't cost hardly anything at all. I highly recommend it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the indicator here. So as I suspected, it did keep us out of the large number of trades. I mentioned that yesterday, that it definitely wouldn't give us the large amount of trades that it was able to achieve before. Let's go ahead and count it out and see what we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we have 9 trades altogether, and we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 winning trades. So unfortunately, that is not going to meet that 60% criteria that we were looking for. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head what it did yesterday. I think it was around 50% maybe. And so it's possible that this way actually did worse, gave us less trades, and did so less accurately. It was worth a shot to see what it could do. In my opinion, anytime you have a baseline that you're using for entries and exit, you need some kind of buffer, some kind of slight barrier between your entries and your exits. Otherwise, you get whipped in and out of whipped in and out of losing trades at a very large or very high rate in some cases, these clusters. We've seen it many times with the moving averages and stuff along those lines. So having something like this, kind of like a channel setup, can be very beneficial. Now, of course, you can go in and you can change the multiplier on the bands to, to make them, a little bit more narrower, and stuff like that. Play around with them. And so again, this is why I say, just because it is going on the no list does not mean that it is technically a useless indicator. And this is why I tell everybody, mentioned many times in the videos, that you should be taking these losing indicators and playing around with them on your own, tweaking some of the settings, and see if you can't achieve something out of them. And if you do, by all means, throw it in the comment section. I'm happy to test it another way to see if it's something that can be of use. So, all right, this video is getting too long, so we're going to go ahead and cut it here. Like I said, this one is going to go or stay on the no list, and we will move on to the next indicator from here.